YouTube working on the 84 TA. Again, got it out for the first time this year the other day. Been driving her a little bit here and there. The poor car needs a desperate need of a bath and a wax and a good old scrubbing. And yeah, the only downfall with storing a car for the winter is the chance that you'll have rodents in your vehicle. Well, I had one of them there pesky vermins on my way to work fall down through this, come out this little grate, seen me. I looked at him, he looked at me, a full eye contact. I'm talking about full eye contact with this little bastard. Looked at me, ran back up in my dash. Well, somehow, this is not under, not knowing the car, because I've had this car for probably 6 months now. And I don't know a lot about it. I've drove it only probably a handful of times. Driving it here lately has been the most I've drove it. And I'm really enjoying the car. I'm not going to knock it any. But yeah, it definitely needs some help in some certain areas. As you guys can see, well, you really can't see because it's dark. I put some cheap sound deadener material over these. It would have factory original stuff there. It did. Most of it was falling off and been torn through. Up here, right there wasn't a piece, but I added one there anyways. Piece there. And right here there's a hole. If you have power windows, there's a boot that runs across there to that hole, and there's supposed to be a plug in there. Well, this side there wasn't a plug. And that comes right up and over the kick panel. I had to re-glue my foam. My foam was falling off, so I just went ahead and I had some spray, some stringy spray glue. Hit it there, got that set back down. That was coming off. I'm trying some spray glue. I don't think it's gonna, it might help me a little, but I don't know if it's gonna help me much. But I'm planning on getting Q-Logic kick panels and putting some 6.5-inch speakers down in the kick panels, because the little 4x6s or whatever them tiny speakers in the dash really aren't that great. I mean, they do sound pretty good compared to these back 6.5s, which all the surround is missing. Yeah, it does sound better, but yeah. Don't want to hit my toolbox drawer there, my big junk drawer. All right, there's no junk in there, it's just tools. There's supposed to be a plug down in there, little black plug, which if I ever come across one, I'll buy it, but or snag onto it. But yeah, there's supposed to be that in there. Mine didn't have it. For some reason, it's either somebody knocked it out or it fell out. And I just put a piece of sound dampening over it for right now, just to kind of keep a spot clean, you know. Got this piece in. This is out of one of my 84. Unfortunately, that's broke there, but that's not a big deal. It's the, it needs cleaned really bad. But yeah, it's the privacy shade for the back. I can cover up all my parts that are off the car. But yeah, it'd be nice for when I put a set of subwoofers back in here, because I can cover up, if I build an amp rack, I can cover up all that stuff, which will be nice. Because I want to put two 12s in here. I do have a little bit of plan for this car. I was considering selling it, but I didn't enjoy driving it too much. And the lower quarters on the back side are getting kind of thin. I would like to eventually pull the interior pieces out here and the speakers and the speaker, their foam boxes they're in. I'd like to pull them out and sand that down in there and put some chassis saver or some POR15 down in the lower quarters and possibly pull these pieces off and do the same in here, because it's bubbling up real bad here. There's probably going to be a hole there, which I could go ahead if I really wanted to. The car could be saved if you cut it right at this line and patch this quarter panel in. Pretty easy. It's rusted up in here, not real horrible, but the other side's bubbling. I don't think it's bubbling from the inside to that part. I think it just happens to be paint bubbling over here. I mean, there's a few bubbles in here. I don't know if that might just be some imperfections in the paint, but down here, that's most likely going to be a hole. It doesn't look real bad on the inside, so it may be savable. Like I said, I want to tape this all off. I don't want to sand down here, and then I'd probably just black this. Like, I'd pull this off. The bottom of the doors aren't real bad. They've got some spots that need ground down and chassis save as well. The inner fender lips feel pretty good. There's a couple of spots, but I think that's just spot welds that I'm feeling. Haven't ever been under the car, actually. One time. was under the car and investigating some wiring and fixed a start or two. Starting to rust a little here, that needs ground down. Some surface rust mainly that needs taken care of and just ground down and stop before it ever gets real bad. Some spots in here where some stuff rubbed in the paint just needs scuffed up, and that you could probably stop if you sanded it down real good with like with your finger, some small amount of sandpaper. You could clean it off, put a little primer on that, acid etching primer you can get in a brush, and then some paint over top of it, and you could just cover it up. The car, the paint isn't actually, it's still shiny. I'm sure it'll polish out good. There is a giant dent there that I don't think I could get out. I mean, I might look at it when I pull the spare tire out, see down in there. Maybe I'll push against it. Maybe I can pop it out. I don't know. But yeah, I looked through the vents there. They're not horrible, but they do need addressed here before too long. My T-tops, for the most part, don't leak. Well, I should probably knock on wood on there. But the main pieces, like where it leaked really bad in the center console, that seemed to have stopped. My problem is now I've got a little bit leaking back in this corner, which I think it's right in there. I think just a little bit up in here. I don't know what is causing that yet, but it's just leaking right in here. So I think it's running down this lip here and then coming in. That's most likely what that is. It's not horrible. It actually, this one leaks worse when it's driving. The one on the driver's side doesn't leak all the time. The water will run and bead up here like it always does. It'll run down this and then run down this channel, then run down this. Well, this has a habit of running down and then running down in this lip, which for some reason will come across the top of the windshield and drip in the car. And right here is a really bad spot, likes to drip. I don't know. I can normally cure it by rolling the window down and rolling it back up again, or drying it off with my sleeve or something and get it to stop leaking. But I was putting that Pioneer head unit in the other day. I pulled out this old Pioneer unit here. It's a DH or DEH P40 600MP. I pulled that out the other day, upgraded to a slightly newer unit. That's a used unit I had laying around, but it's a nice Pioneer unit. It's the DEH P4200 UB. USB, iPod hookup, all that stuff. 3 channel output. Pretty nice sounding unit. It'll probably be the deck that'll stay in this car for a while unless it for some reason takes a crap. But yeah, I need to vacuum this side. I vacuumed this side out. It looks better. Gotta wipe the dash down. I don't have none of my pieces in. I don't have a headliner, but I got some other stuff. It needs some brake work and some other mechanical stuff. This stuff's easy and I got time to do it right now. I probably shouldn't be driving with the brakes that it has. It's got brakes when you need them, but one works way better than the other one. I had a piece of cardboard fall down in my odometer there. I don't know what the deal is there. I gotta run home or run over and get some gas tonight. My steering wheel is peeling. I'd really like to get a stock steering wheel, but to get a rewrapped steering wheel, it's quite expensive. Like I said, I do really enjoy driving this car. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the spring out of this lid just so it lays flat. So I'm tired of it springing up like that. It really irritates me. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the spring so it lays flat. I am gonna eventually buy a new lid. They're not horribly priced. When I buy the new lid, I'll try to get my RPO sticker off and put it on the other one. Well, as engine part mods and stuff, haven't done much other than what I showed in the other video. Just put a fuse box in and a relay center. I'd still like to do the Sniper EFI fuel injection on this car. Through the 305 in it. I still need to do an oil change pretty badly. Be getting to that relatively soon, I think. Yeah, I got my distribution block, my Optima battery. It was very, very dead this winter. Got it down to about 6 volts, which thank God it's an Optima that could bounce back. It seems to be doing pretty good right now. I'm hoping. Next year, I'm definitely going to have a trickle charger on it. When I put it away, I'll buy one good for AGM batteries. Tonight, I might start looking into some of this vacuum mess stuff. I'm going to probably eliminate some of this stuff here, like this housing deal. There's a lot of stuff in this that is here, and it just, you know, doesn't look real great, you know. But we got this here, this harness. This runs over. This is a lot of your electronic spark control, which 84 was a big year for that, I believe. My 83 Scott still had electronic spark control as well. This has a little computer box. Actually has some kind of diagnostic port. I don't believe it's OBD2 port style. There's actually a computer right up under here. Well, 84 technology, not a real high-tech computer, but it's up under the dash there. When I do my Holley EFI conversion, it will eliminate that. I would like to still run my stock air cleaner at the Holley EFI. Hopefully that'll be possible. I did do the Egr Delete. Probably no good reason, because originally I was going to do a Quadrajet Sniper EFI, and then I figured why. I can buy a cheap aluminum intake, and it would actually end up saving me money. I'd save about 50 bucks because I'd have to buy the fuel system with Sniper EFI or build my own. And I said, nah, forget it. I will just go ahead and buy the Sniper EFI with the fuel kit combo, get a cheap aluminum intake manifold, and get a new water inlet that doesn't have all the sensor holes. And yeah, we'll go ahead and put that stuff in it that way. And yeah, I want to get aluminum intake manifold, then I get the Hyperspark distributor and the Hyperspark box and coil, and I do all Hyperspark, and I'd let the the Holley Sniper unit control timing. Then I could eliminate the electronic spark control, update the spark control, and have something a little newer. And this seems to work. It seems to be pretty reliable, but it's any day now. It could die, you know. So, and that also eliminate that big wiring loom there, and I can clean a lot of that up and make it look halfway decent, a little cleaner. I gotta clean this up. Obviously, that's not gonna stay that long. I've got I want to get a set of dual electric fans, aluminum electric fans for it, and twin electric fans for it, and put them on there. But yeah, I haven't got my vacuum gauge for my hood door. I need to do that yet. Probably need to run a ground strap from my hood to my car, just in case that needs a little extra. I want to put an LED light in there, so every time the door and the scoop opens, it lights up. I'm probably going to do that. Probably do that mod. I might post that on YouTube how I did it. I do want to keep this hood. I do like this hood. Like I said, I want to keep the air cleaner. I want to keep the factory air cleaner, because I want it to look semi-stock, but I want to get rid of some of the wiring, some of the hoses. I want to make it look a little cleaner setup, because there's a lot of stuff going on right now in this car. This has a factory feed and return fuel lines right here. It's a 3/8 feed and a 5/16 return. I could probably get away with the 5/16 return going up to the Holley Sniper unit. I'm going to utilize the factory hard lines for the Sniper unit. I plan on doing a header swap too, just because I want some headers on it, and my Y pipe's cracked and my exhaust manifold leaks anyway, so I'll probably buy a set of Flowtech header shorties. Actually, they're mid-link headers that I'll probably end up going with. I can buy a Y pipe package that I should be able to cut my exhaust off and go right into it and put an exhaust clamp on it, while I'll do a pretty simple install. Probably, if I do go with headers, I will definitely header wrap the headers, keep some of the heat down under the engine bay here. Yeah, I definitely need to do something about the rear brakes. There's not a lot of brake fluid in it, and the whole lines need flushed out. I got some brake fluid over there. I'll probably add a little to it. So all the lines need flushed out. Everything needs re-gun through. I need probably front calipers. I'll probably put loaders. I'll probably put rotors on it, and while I'm there, I'll do wheel bearings. Rear, I'll probably just do, I want to do wheelwood rotors or caliper upgrade up front. Do factory rotors, just a wheelwood caliper upgrade. And I want to just do stock calipers and just upgrade a set of probably slotted rotors or a set of drilled rotors or something. Slotted and drilled rotors in the rear probably. I mean, they really don't do nothing significant. I'd probably be just as good putting stock solid rotors on it. Like I said, this isn't going to be a performance car. This is going to be just a fun driver. Just kind of realized at this point, I don't need to have a really fast car to have fun. Driving this car is just enjoyable to me, so I'll have fun just driving it. Just cruising. I do want to have a badass stereo in it though. If it's not going to be fast, it at least could be loud, so that'll definitely come. I don't even know, does this work? Oh, maybe, oh, it switches. There we go, cool. That's kind of cool. Not all of them had that. And it's odd because it has the crank windows and it got that. That must be a Trans Am thing. You must have to buy the higher up Camaros to get it. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and probably vacuum this side out. I might vacuum the trunk a little bit. This car actually still has a spare tire in it, which is kind of cool. Has this little cubby here. It's locked, of course. The keys actually match. I'm gonna probably get some stuff to clean this off, and I'll go ahead and clean this. I got some leather cleaner over there. This is kind of like a vinyl-y stuff, rubbery stuff. That should probably work for it, I would think. And I'll go ahead and clean it up. It needs cleaned. It's kind of nasty. But yeah, I want to go ahead and get this cleaned up a little bit. And I want to just kind of tidy up the interior. I'd like to eventually get carpet. I pulled the carpet up to about midway back here just to check the floor. It is a little damp under there from moisture. The floor pan from there looked good. It could be entirely rusted out from here back or from there back. I don't know. I'd like to put carpet in it, but maybe someday once I get my 83's brake job complete, doing the two-rear brake conversion and doing all the lines and stuff and getting all that finished up and get this roadworthy. I'll probably park this here and I'll pull the carpet out of it. And if there's any rust, I'll go ahead and take care of it. I'll probably buy some sound deadening and sound deaden the floor. I may use my second skin in this car. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I got some mouse repellent stuff. It's called Cab Fresh. I think it's called Cab Fresh still. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, that don't always retract. I need to buy a driver's side seatbelt because somebody cut the upper piece to it, so I need to do that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything buttoned back together and get everything buttoned back up and just get home. So it's been a long day, but yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next video. It might be this car, it might be the K10. It all depends. So we'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one.